Hey there, Addison Smith here with Everything Church Pro, and welcome to the very first episode of Hokmah and Coffee. Now, maybe you're thinking, what in the world is Hokmah? Hokmah is the Hebrew word for wisdom, and this is the show where every single morning we will jump into a proverb that will help give us some practical wisdom for that day. Now, if you're new here, my name is Addison Smith, and I'd love for you to be a part of the Everything Church Pro family, and you can do so incredibly easily by looking right down there and touching that red subscribe button. And the amazing thing is, it's absolutely free. And I would also encourage you to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that's here to help you in your Christian walk and just take you another step further. And so today we're going to be in Proverbs chapter number 1. Proverbs chapter number 1 because it's December 1st. And we're going to be in verse number 5. Verse number 5 is one that jumped out to me, and it says this: "A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels." This is huge, especially in today's day and age when people don't like to listen, especially to advice. There was a story of Franklin Roosevelt, and he often had these long lines of people who would come by him, and they would say, "Oh, great to see you, President," and he would say something, and after a while he felt like nobody was listening to him, and so he wanted to do a little experiment. And as people began passing him, he would shake their hands and he would say this: "I murdered my grandmother this morning." Okay, so they're coming by and he's shaking their hands, and they're shaking the president's hands, and he says, "I murdered my grandmother this morning." Excuse me. And they're just passing by. And this is what he says. He says that they're just saying, "Marvelous, keep up the good work." The man says he murdered his grandmother, and they're saying, "Marvelous, and keep up the good work." People don't listen. And it was not until, I believe it was the ambassador from Bolivia who actually listened, and he said, "I'm sure she actually had it coming." It's hard for us to listen to other people. And I don't know what all it is. Maybe it's a mixture of pride and, our schedules being busy. And I don't know what the complete mixture is. But I do know that I find a lot of that in myself sometimes. I know what's right. I know what to do. I don't need any input. But the Bible says here that a wise man, someone who has Hokmah, will hear. And this is the Hebrew word Shema, which doesn't just mean to let it come into our ears, but the word Shema literally has the connotation of hearing and then doing, living based on what the person has told you. It's obedience. And he says, a wise man will hear and shall increase learning. And he says this: "And a man of understanding," if you consider yourself somebody of understanding, he says this, "shall attain unto wise counsels." That word attain has to do with like purchasing. He says you're going to go out and try to get wise counsel. Even if it costs you something, you will invest in somebody's wise counsel. And so the wisdom tip for today is this: if you want wisdom, listen and obey sound wisdom. It sounds pretty easy, but it's a very tough thing. And so today, as you're going through today and somebody comes up and wants to talk to you about something, be a wise person and listen to what they have to say. Now, if you want to get more of this and you want to even ask some more questions, you want maybe a specific topic covered, right down below there's a connection card where you can fill out your email address, your name, and even questions that you have. And you can even, if you put your physical address there, I will mail you a postcard and maybe even a Christmas card since it's Christmas season. I hope this was a joy to you. I hope it was a benefit to you. And I hope that today you live with Hokmah.